All right. Hi, this is Attica, and welcome to part 4 of our playthrough of Railway Empire 2, the Steel Dragons DLC. We're playing the second scenario called Of Bicycles and Fireworks. It's set in North China. Our headquarters was Peking, and as you can see, we've gone a long way from Peking now into a fairly substantial network. At the end of the last episode, it's been a while, but I believe we had just set this up, the tools factory. And we have a tools factory now, and we're supplying it with bamboo from here and steel from Peking. And our goal is to produce tools and ship them to Yinshan. If we look at our task, we had just finished off the clothing. We have to take 10 loads of tools to Yinshan and 16 loads of bicycles to Peking. Now, we have a steel factory in a steel plant, steel mill, whatever you want to call it. I would call it a steel mill. They call it a steel plant, I think, in Peking. And it takes coal and it takes iron ore from these two businesses that we founded. Okay? Now, we've got a lot we could do. The thing that's missing most of all, I'd love to have this connection to make a little more money. I'd love to do like maybe Ulan to Datong and Datong to Yulin. And that would give us a couple of more profitable passenger mail lines. Oh, and I just realized out here, this is where we really stopped. We were getting ready to put rice into the system. So let's do that before I forget about it. Let's go here to here. Now, this is the freight or passenger. Yeah, this is the freight station at Yinshan. So we're just going to come right into the back of it. I think that's easier than trying to go around it. And then what we're going to do here is I want to do something a little bit different from what I typically do. We've got a 3-city cluster with a pass-through warehouse. And I'll go back up and see these city names. From Huang to Yulin to Yinshan. And so they go back and forth like this through a warehouse in Yulin where we're shipping all this stuff. So I'm saying all that to say that we need to get the rice into that warehouse, but it also is needed in Yinshan, which is right next to us. So what we're going to do here is a little bit different for me. We're going to make a line that goes like this to here. Well, and right away I can see something that's missing that we may or may not really need, but we're going to put them on anyway. That's switches there. We've got our signals. We've got passes through supplies. So good deal. All right, so here to here. Then we're going to go ahead and go on down to the freight line. Then we're going to come back to Yinshan. So this rice train will drop off. At first, it'll pick up a bunch of 8 rice. It'll actually just take them all here. And this part will be deadhead. And I could babysit it and add the rest of this later, but I don't want to. So I'm just going to let it run deadhead one time. But it might bring something back from here to here, so it won't be a complete waste. And anyway, and after it gets going, what its intent is to run full with rice and then feed here and then take the rest and feed here, which would then feed Yulin. And eventually we would have these two full and we would start feeding Huang with rice as well. So I think that's good. Okay, you may go. Oh, wait. I think one thing I left out. I said at that line again. When you come out of Yinshan that second time, we want you to come out empty because that way you'll come back here and get 8 more rice to start here because its real purpose is the rice. Bringing stuff back is just an added bonus. Okay, so there we go. We've got the rice set up. So now down here in this cluster, we have rice, we have bamboo, we have sugar, we have grain, and we have eggs and manure, and we have poultry going to this meat industry. So it's in pretty good shape. The only thing I I think there's a cloth business here, but it is getting somehow, it's getting hemp. Let me see how it's getting the hemp. Okay. It was getting it, I think, over land. And I don't know if that's always going to be, is that going to be the case going down the road. So I think what we're going to do is go up here to this hemp. Could I be mistaken? I don't think so. I think we need it. Okay. Let's put in a station here. And let's go. And what we're going to do with this one is we're just going to run it into the passenger station. This one up here. Because we're going to run it in here to a socket, if you will, above this, it won't interfere with the passenger traffic at all. It'll just be its own little place. And in fact, we won't even double track it. We'll just run it in like that. I'm sorry. I can't tolerate a bridge or a tunnel that wasn't necessary. Let's try this again. Let's go out from this end. Maybe it'd be better. Go from track 3 like this up here. And no tunnels and no bridges. That is a much better track. Okay. And then we're going to come out of here like this, and up here, and we will give it some supplies. We have maintenance here, so that'll work. So we go here to here, running full with hemp to feed that cloth business. And we should see trains going in here. Or, I mean, goods loading. There we go. All right. Now, this one is pretty well set up. Now, if we look at our task, we have to do tools to Yinshan, bicycles to Peking. And the thing that's missing, well, we're missing this for sure, that connection. Okay, so where was I? Sorry, I got interrupted. We got this one going. We got our missing here. Now, we're at a point where we need to kind of make some decision. This is part of why I love playing these scenarios, because we have multiple things we want to get done. We want to, of course, do this, but we want to keep our city growth going. And this setup over here isn't really set up to grow. Peking's growing because we've had some special lines for it, but it's kind of growing in a vacuum, and we need to get more growth here, although we are getting some. And we need to stop this decline and make it grow, and we need to make Tianjin grow. We definitely need that. We also want our delivery of the tools to be strong, and we want to be able to set up to move into bicycles, okay? So, let's see. Just double checking, make sure I don't have any industry opportunities anywhere. I don't like that decline, but I'm going to live with it for the time being. Okay, sorry, I saw that city. I just want to make sure we can't connect to it. Okay, so let's work on tools, then city growth, then bicycles, okay? So what do I mean by that? Well, we've got it set up at a 1 level, but what I want to do is take that tool factory and bump it up to a level 2. And I think we'll just work our way backwards and do that. We're going to gather up some money, expand that tool factory. We can go look to see if we can get any money, 2.64 million. We would have to close this or both of these to open another bond. So we'll just accumulate cash. We're making decent money right now. So we've got a level 2. Now that means that it wants 1 bamboo and 1 steel per week. Now out here, we've got bamboo being created at 3.8. And we've got a train here running to Huang that isn't even full yet because we've probably got plenty of bamboo here. Yeah, we do. And this line is only, it's very short, so it should be good. It just has to be a 56 and it's an 8. So we've got it. The train is fine. We'll get the bamboo. Now let's get the steel is a different animal. And I've already forgotten what these are. 1 and 1. Okay, so we need 1 steel per week. If we look at our steel production in Peking, here we go. We're under 1, so we need to be 1 or more. So we're going to bump it up to 1.4. There we go. Now that means we need 1 coal and 1 iron ore. So we're going to look at our iron, or coal rather. Are we producing 1? Not quite. So we're going to bump it up a level. Okay, now it does no good to bump it up if we can't get it down there in time, but I think we should be good because this train has a 5.4 day, so it can easily keep coal coming down here in a timely fashion. Now, the other piece of that is the iron ore. So we needed, I think it's 1 and 1, wasn't it? It's amazing how quickly I forget these things. Yeah, 1 and 1. So go over here, we need to be producing 1 iron ore a week. We're at 0.7, so let's bump it up a little bit to 1.4. That's expensive. The iron ore is very expensive. But again, we're making decent money. Okay, now, again, we have to be able to get this there in 56 days or less to meet a level 1 and, a demand of 1, and we're at 42 and a half, so we're good on that for now. All right, so we've got our iron ore coming in, we've got our steel production up, we've got our tool production up. That should allow us to get this task done fairly well. And the other thing, I don't know if I covered this, the key thing, I'm sure I said this before, but the key thing on this line that's coming from Peking to bring the steel over is that it does not bring the tools back. See, we've turned the tools off so that we're not competing with Peking consumption of tools for the task at Yanshan. And of course, once this is done, all we have to do is turn tools back on this line, and now we're selling to both cities, which would be great. Okay. Now, let's go city building. Okay, city growth. All right, we're going to do a nearness of view model. Okay, and what does that mean? I'll put a link up here to the series that I did called Designs That Work. The very first one on that series is called the nearness of view. And what it is saying, okay, if I have raw materials, run them into a warehouse at the closest city in your cluster, and then have trains that go between all the cities in your cluster hauling freight to distribute that out to the rest of the cluster. All right, it's that simple. So we're going to have, now this chicken down here, I think we're going to do the chicken for the cluster from up here. Not that it matters. It could be either one or both. I don't like to do both though, because sometimes that gets confusing. You start hauling stuff back and forth. So let's go to 10 John 3 and let's rename it first of all. We're going to call it TIA Freight West. Okay. And we're going to put in a warehouse. And in that warehouse is going to be bamboo. I think maybe just bamboo. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to go here. We're going to come out of track 2 and go over there. And back like so. It picks up supplies. We're going to give it repairs if it doesn't already have it. We'll start spreading the repair paint out since we're making good money. And we're going to go here and run bamboo to Tianjin. And go. And then we're going to look here and make sure we're running chicken. We should be. Actually, are we running all three? We're running all three already into Tianjin. So why don't we just leave it at that and go to our warehouse here and turn on eggs and manure, right? So now these trains right here that we already have set up can haul the poultry to the meat factory and the eggs and the manure to the warehouse and to Tianjin, and then the excess to the warehouse to go to our other cities in the cluster. Okay, good deal. So we need this warehouse to talk to this warehouse. And I can see right now what I want to do with that is delete some track and move all this over. So we already have 4 platforms available to us. So let's just go like this and use these outer 2 for the grain coming in. Got signals, got that. And while I'm thinking of it, they have maintenance, good deal. And then we want Tianjin to talk to Peking, the freight to freight. So we're going to go here and move over next to our bridge so we can have a cheaper bridge by just adding on to the bridge we already have, picking up supplies, and then going out here and picking that up. Now, it's a little awkward. Can we get rid of the bridge reasonably? I don't think so. We'll just leave it. Okay. And then we'll go here and here and all the way back. There we go. We've got our double track. We've got switches on both ends. We have signals. Does it pick up supplies? It picks up supplies. Good deal. Now, in Peking, we have a warehouse. I'm going to switch it to automatic distribution since there's nothing in there anyway. And we're going to take that off. It's not really needed. We had that because we were trying to preload iron ore before we built the steel plant way back when. That's not an issue anymore. So we don't need to do that. So we're going to just say, give us grain in this warehouse. Okay. So in this warehouse, we have grain. So this line right here goes to that warehouse. And see how all that's for Peking. And it only takes it 9 days. So it could do a demand of 6. So we don't need another train. What we'll see though, I'm not going to watch it, but if we came back to this one, we would see this right here. Instead of all being for Peking, it would start being for Tianjin, and it would start being for Tianjin and XIL, and this, it would slowly work its way to all of them. So we'll let that run, and then, so now we can go from this warehouse to this warehouse. We need to be able to go from this warehouse to this warehouse. Now, obviously, we could run on the inside here, but we're not going to do that. We're going to come out of here, come out like this. We're going to come off this freight track. This is passenger track right here. See that? Making us a lot of money. We don't want to mess that up. So we're going to come off of this and come off like, is that right? Yes, that's right. Like that. Come all the way up here like this. And then go into this guy. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete. Let's go back here and delete that and that. And then let's go back to our track builder and let's go in like this. In fact, let me delete something else. I'm going to delete the end of this and the switches, okay? Then back to the track builder and run this into that first track there. And maybe straighten it out a little bit. I'd rather have a bridge here than a tunnel. All right, so sorry, another interruption. So I'm trying to remember what we were doing. We got our track. Did we fix our train? That's what I'm not sure of. That we were in the middle of that, weren't we? Okay. So this guy, we're not going to go to Peking anymore with sugar. We're going to take it to there, and it can't go there. Why not? Oh, I think I got to. No, that's all good. Signals are correct there. We are missing signals here, but that shouldn't be the problem. This is all good. That's good. Did we put our gridiron back on it? We did not. Okay, that's what we were doing. I remember now. This is what we were doing last time, was painting that, weren't we? Okay, there we go. Now we should be able to change this line and take off Peking, Peking, and go to XIL and run full out of track 2. And why is there no train on that? Huh. Well, there is now. Okay. All right, good. All right, we got sugar going. Now let's get, we were going to bring these in there too. So let's do, no. Correction. We did that down here. We brought the eggs and the manure into Tianjin. I don't want it in 2 places. It just confuses the warehouses. So let's go here and put in a freight station in Chifeng, like so. This will be CHI Freight North. And we will run that freight line down here and across and up to here. There. And what? Build it, double track it, put in switch on this end. I think we'll go ahead and make this end 4. That was overkill, but it's okay. Gross overkill. Okay. There we go. So now this guy's connected in. Now the other thing we do want something coming out of here. If we're running these up here, Peking can get those. We don't need this line anymore, okay? We don't need this line that was coming from up here to run down to Peking. And again, I just want to confirm that we've got chickens out of this station. We've got 1 with chickens, 1 with eggs, and 1 with manure. Beautiful. And they'll start running more frequently now that, and as soon as we connect these up and create the demand. We haven't created that yet. So there is a meat industry here, and there's nothing wrong with having 2 meats in this cluster. So, and if we have some overages, maybe we'll make some use of them. So let's just turn and go in like this. And like that. And he misses the signal or the supplies, we'll put them there. I'm even going to give him maintenance, and we're going to run a train. Well, wait, let's see. What trains do we have on here? We have 2 that we're going to Peking, right? This one I'm just going to, well, that's a shame. Okay, you're going to go, and you are going to go, you're not going to Peking anymore. You're going here, and your priority is chicken, poultry. But if you want to take something else, you can. All right, now let's get the other thing going. Here's the thing that pulls it all together. That's the nearness of you. We're running stuff into the nearest city. But now we need a line that goes 1, 2, 3, and that's wrong. Why is that wrong? I see why it's wrong. I'll fix that. Okay. We want a line that'll go freight, 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 and then back the other way. This line, I've put it on the wrong ones. This is actually a passenger line, right? This is our passenger line. The one that goes XIL to Zhang to Peking and making us good money. But I connected, this is meant to be a freight line here. So I'm going to delete this track, and then we're going to do a better job. We're going to come off of here, and we're going to connect to this track over here, because this is our freight line. See, this is passengers, these 2. So these 2 are freight. We'll come back like this. There we go. Oh, it didn't like it. Okay, it didn't like it. All right. Oh, let's find a place it likes. Let's see if we can build both connections. Okay, it likes both of those. Now it can go up here. Oh, it deleted way back. Wow. All the way up here. Okay. Didn't mean to do that, but that's all right. Why did it build? Oh, maybe if I just hit the build key and it didn't build it. All right. Does it look right? It's connected. It runs right through there, up to there. There's something wrong here. I'm going to do this. I'm going to delete that. Delete back to the the supply tower. Something just wasn't kosher there. Now let's run it up to the supply tower like that. And there we go, build that track. There's something about the way that it was trying to fit in there that just wasn't working. So rather than fight it, I just got rid of it and kind of started over. There. Now we got a beautiful superhighway of track. I love it. We'll give it, switch it, our signals rather, all the way down, all the way in. There's supplies all over the place. There's repairs all over the place. Now we will set up our line from the freight to Peking freight to XIL freight to Chifeng freight, back to XIL, down to Peking, and that sends you back to here. This is a freight line with that train. 28 days. I'd like to have it hit like every 5 days. Let's do 5 trains. Like that. And it says we've got some track without signals. So let's find that. This is always a treat for my eyes to try to hunt through all this. And so far, I don't see it. Here we go. And right here at the end. I reset a train there. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, did we make that line? Or have I lost it yet again? I think it's that line right there. It's good to go. And there we go. There goes meat to Peking, which is fine. And let's see what that second train does. There goes bamboo for Peking and eggs and meat. It's going to tend to feed Peking at first because Peking is our big city and it's the immaculate consumer. And now here you go. Here's a bunch of stuff for XIL. Good, good, good. And look at that quarterly change. Wow. Wow. I got to see how that happened. Our mail went up 1.1 million. Our passengers went up 1.5 million. Our freight went up about 800,000. Our production went up 200,000. We went from a quarterly results of 4 million to 9 million. That's a pretty good quarter. That's a pretty good quarter. If I'm the CEO, I'm wanting a raise. Okay, now let's go out here. Here we go. Here we go. Now, while we did that, let's see. Look at that? We got 7 out of 10 bikes. Now it's time to do our tools. Now we set up our growth. So this will take a while to really get rolling. But once it does, all these cities should be growing. Peking will just sit there around 100, and the rest of them will grow. And that's beautiful. But what we've got here is we've got growth going on here, and we've got an opportunity. So bicycles. Can anybody say bicycles? Here we go. We'll put bicycles there. And we got $1 million, and I'll bet you if we wanted to, we could get more. Not necessarily. Where are we? 3.48 million. We would have to close 1.9. This one, 2, 3, 5. We could almost just close that little one and get another big bond, but we really don't need it. I don't think. We got cash and our income's really strong. So why don't we target? Oh, let's go all in here. Well, first of all, for goodness sake, let's get a let's get an immigration office in Ulan. Let's get one in Yinshan. Let's get one in Huang and Tianjin and XIL. Beautiful. And how big are you? They're on the verge right there. Okay. All right. Bikes. I think I'd like to shoot for kind of the 2 level bike industry too. And we'll just work our way back from that. So if we're at level 2, we want 0.8 steel and 0.6 of these. Now we're only making 0.4, so we're going to have to bump this up one.
Our tools are making their way to the countryside. With that, work on the farm should go a bit more efficiently.
All right, now, as planned, let's go to our line here that hauls the steel out, and let's turn the tools on. So now we can sell our tools to Peking and to Yinshan. And yes, it would have been possible for us to knock that tools down and make it a bicycle. However, to get the really good output, we still have to have, the cloth remnants and all that good stuff. So we're going to go this way. Let's go while we're close. Let's go. Let's see how much bamboo we need. Bamboo, 1.4 there. shoot. Bamboo. 2.2. That's a lot. 2.2, 2.6, 3.6, 4.2. We need about 5. Now he's producing 3.8. We need to put another train on here and let him know to get busy. Let's get another train on here. Okay. Now we've got, and the other thing we're going to need, we could put a freight station here. Is there any benefit? What do we got here? Now we have maintenance here, so we don't really need another station here, but we can just go off this. It won't bother the passengers because it's going to come in on totally different platforms. But we can throw some freight on here. I'm going to just do a couple of platforms like this that connects down to Peking. There we go. Whoop. There we go. And we can start running here to here. And I think what I'm going to do, so that we won't get warehouse mess, taking stuff out of the Peking warehouse, I'm going to make this a manual line. And we're going to say, take steel, but not necessarily full, just however much you can find, if any. Unload it all and pick up bicycles. Again, however many you can find, doesn't really matter. We'd love to have a lot, but whatever. And 25 days, that's beautiful. So there we go. There's some steel headed to Ulan. Now, our steel production, what do we need? We need one here and 0.8. So we need 1.8 steel production, right? 1.8 steel production. We're at 1.4. We need more steel. And that task is done. We know that. And we're holding off for 300, 3 stars. Okay. So we have 1.2 million in a week or so. We'll bump up our steel industry. There we go. And we need 2 and 2, coal and iron ore. 1.8. Now we're not even hauling it all out, but we're going to bump it up because we got to have the production. This is overkill a little bit, but that's okay. There we go. And then that line, I think maybe to just keep it moving, let's just copy that train, put another one on it. There we go. And get some more coal down there. And then we need 2 and 2 here. So we need to bump this one up to 2.5. There's our 3 stars. There we go. And we'll go out here and we'll grab that. And our next one will be mailbag revenue and number of packages. That'd be fine right there, those 2. Then we need to be able to deliver it. So we're making a 2. It means we need a 28 frequency here. And right now we're at 42 with 1 train. So let's copy that train, put something on it, or copy that line, put a train on it. And now we've got enough trains running to haul our iron ore over here. So we've got iron ore, coal set. We've got everything, I think, except we haven't finished this off. I think we upgraded this, didn't we? Yes, but now we need 2 cloth, right? Well, if we look at our cloth, we're only making 1.6, and there's no other people that need it. Well, they're starting to need some too. Interesting. All right, we need to absolutely bump up our cloth production. Our weaving mill, yeah, that'd be good. 3.2, that'd be lovely. So we need 2 hemp for that. Now, this guy out here is producing plenty. I'm going to find the train that is prioritizing hemp. I think it's this one. It is. And we're going to copy that line and put another train on it. And yeah, see, we're actually caught up. They can't take any more right now. He's probably got plenty of hemp in stock, I'm guessing. Yep, he does. Okay. So we've set up our growth here. It's going to take a while for it to really fly. And look at that, another opportunity. And look at that, another opportunity. All right, all right. We are starting to rock and roll here. And we've done that. And our bicycles, 16 bikes. Let's see. Look at this. We've got 5 ready to go. Do we have a train coming in there? I hope that's what this is. Yes, it is. Let's just see him go out with some bikes on it. That would be pretty. Beautiful. Wow. 6 bikes. All right, great. So that'll be over before we know it. All right, now we're starting to cook. We got 2 opportunities. We got XIL and we've got Yinchuan, or however you say that. And I still don't think. I think we still have areas we can't go to. We can't go to this Gansu, and we can't go to Shandong. Okay. All right, great progress there. Now, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? Okay, I think here I'd like to put something in to make these cities grow, right? So if we look at like here, they need rice. Where's our rice? Well, rice is coming from here. Does anything get? Oh, did I do that? Did I not do that? Oh. Boom. You need to put rice over here. Now, if we put rice over here, what does that do? We've got rice. Okay. Yeah. I left something out. Sorry, my bad. I'm glad I caught that though. Okay. We're going to move rice into a warehouse over here. See, the same line it's coming into. But we also put it over here. So what's the deal? What's going to happen is the rice will load here. And if it isn't needed for Peking, it will actually be over here available to go to our other cities here where we've got our freight lines going, right? So now we can have rice and grain coming out of Peking. We can have eggs and manure and bamboo coming out of Tianjin. I want to make sure I've got that set up. We do. See, here's other cities for it to go to. And we've got sugar coming out of, sorry. What am I trying to do? Oh, I forgot to give us a warehouse. Oh, my word. Okay, that's a mistake too. We need to have a warehouse here so we can run the sugar into it. Okay, and that way this sugar will now just not load for XIL, it'll load for the other cities as well. So we'll get that going. And then I'm thinking maybe something that uses the sugar would be good. Again, I don't know what is medicine? It's weird. Silk tea, noodles, distillery, grain and sugar. A distillery. Let's put a distillery in XIL. And where is our alcohol? Liquor. All right, the only place that wants it right now is Peking. So let's go and that's how much we're making, kind of, sort of. Now the grain, it would be nice to have a direct grain line into this because of that industry. We've got grain over here, and there's plenty to ship. I think a train that runs over here would be useful. So let's do that. Let's have a train that runs maybe out the back here, and maybe this. Now, we could we could put a warehouse in this right here, and then run the grain there, and then it would go over there. But we're not going to do that. We'll just go like this, and have a line like that runs sugar. Okay. And come back. Now they'll get grain from the warehouse in Peking, but this is to make sure they have plenty because they have a business now that uses the grain. Okay. And I'm going to give them an extra supplies, and I'm going to make sure that we've got a maintenance post out here. And then we're going to run a train from here to here, out of track 2, running full. Uh, 27 days. There we go. There we go. Now, let me just check something here. They want 1.3. Yeah, that 27 is fine. And then remember, there still could be some here that goes up there as well. All right. So, oh, look at this. We've got Tianjin growing. We still have Chifeng fading, but it's getting tiny. But we've got some bamboo on the way. We've got some sugar on the way. So, it'll take a little while for this one to turn around. And now this business over here, what are we going to do with it? What do we got over here? When we get in, I don't know what's coming up on this, but this is what? That's sugar. That's grain. This is indigo. Oh, raw silk. Now, silk would be tempting to do a silk business. But when do you need that? When do you need the silk products? I think that's, Peking's kind of the only probable, well, they only need a half. Yeah, they're the only demand we have is Peking right now. So I'd rather have something in this to help this grow. I'm sorry, in this to help this 3-city cluster grow. So what would be the next man up? It would be oh, they're not getting grain. Okay, time out. Why not? Why not? There's plenty here. What in the world? Why would it be hauling manure? It's running grain to Yulin. Oh, crap. I don't know what happened to that. Go away. Number 1 is go away. Number 2 is let's get a bypass around this. Okay, and then out of track 2. Let's run out of track 2, running full. Let's go to Yulin Freight and then go back. That looks more reasonable. A freight line like this, 15. I'm going to throw a couple train. No. Going to make a train and then we'll copy it and throw another one. I want to kind of make up for some lost ground, get some trains going in there. Yeah, there we go. Oh. They're going to that stupid breeding. Okay. That's why we're not getting any grain. All right. This guy's going to a warehouse, right? So when he comes out of that warehouse, he's got to come back empty. We're not feeding that breeding all of our grain and our rice. That ain't happening. Because if you look here, he's making plenty. We don't need to feed him. They got that mechanic, and it's almost an unnecessary mechanic in reality. So when you come out of here, you're going to come out empty because we are not feeding anything to that breeding. And I bet if we look here, we'll see, look at this, grain. Well, we got new grain coming. That's good. Okay. It's all gone, right? But nobody, the other cities aren't getting them. So even though we got good growth here, we were getting it in spite of the fact that a lot of our stuff was going out here to the breeding. Now, I still haven't solved this. What do I want? The next man up would be ropes. I think we have, no, we don't have ropes. Ropes. Let's do ropes right here in Yinshan. Put a rope business there. It makes 1.2. And there's just a little demand for it right now. So we're going to go here and get some, I think. I don't see closer hemp. We're going to take this hemp and run it directly to Yinshan. We've already got it going to Yulin because of the cloth in Yulin. But we'll run it out there here as well. And we'll do it, it doesn't matter how we do it. We'll do it like this. We'll give them a shunt line like that. All right. And we'll look at this line right here. Make sure it's set for 1. It is. And we'll set up a new line. It can't go that way. That's okay. We're going to turn like this and go to the freight. And to the freight. All right. And all right. And go here to here. Beautiful. Track 2, run full. Freight. 17 days should be good. There we go. Now we've got hemp going to our new rope industry. That'll automatically be distributed on our 3-city cluster. And I guess while we're here, we've got money, got time. Let's go here. Let's put a station here. What do we got on this passenger station? Maintenance, okay, maintenance and post office. So we can run a passenger line that comes like out of here. And goes up here. here to here. And like so. Give it a maintenance or supplies up here. And let's also connect it to Ulan. And we can do it out of this. Down here like that. And up here, well, it doesn't matter, but I think we have maintenance up here. So in Datong, we can put a restaurant and a post office. And we can run train from here to here, express. 5.9 days, one's probably good. And then from here to here, express. Couple of trains, go. Oh, crap. I made it freight. Meant to make it express. 10 days, 2 trains, perfect. Beautiful. Okay, so that'll make us some more money. I missed the map where it used to show you their business opportunities. So I'm just going to have to go through and make sure we're not missing anything. And are we making any bikes? We're up to 6. We saw that 6. Where's our train? It's going up here. He's bringing a bunch of steel back. See, we're making good steel now. And we'll just, I think we'll just call it a day after this one. We'll see what he does. See if he gets a bunch of bikes going back. 4 more. So probably, and he brought a bunch of steel, right? So we've got steel, we've got the cloth, we've got bamboo. So they'll make a bunch of bikes. His next run will be done. We could consider a, I'll tell you what we could do to just make it a little bit faster. We could have a train from here to here. I'll do a manual. And it's going to hold 6 bikes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Minimum. And then it's going to go here and dump them. And bring back steel if you want to. And that train there, whoops. Once we put a once we put a train on it, that train will finish our task. Right? Because while this other train's running down here, he should load up with 6 trains or 6 bikes and take off. All right. So we're practically done with that. Now, should we just stick around? Let's stick around. I don't know how long this is. If it gets extra long, it's okay. So what else do we want to do? We can't go to the other places until we finish the bikes and they tell us what is coming next. I would like to see these 2 cities that are shrinking. I'd like to see them stop shrinking. Now, on the other hand, I would like to do that without overly robbing this one because I want this one to be one of our big boys, right? But we could certainly run meat down there, which they would love to have. We could improve this paper, I think. They need bamboo. Well, they got bamboo. I guess they're shipping it all. And looky here, we can put a immigration office here. Anybody else? Here we go. Oh, good. In Yulin. Okay. The middle of our 3-city cluster, one we'd really want to grow. Grow. Look at this. Chifeng is no longer declining. we're getting 2 ticks up here, and Chai Fing is improving. So it's got some grain coming. It's got bamboo and sugar coming. It's not getting rice yet. I have a feeling Peking is just gulping down the rice. We got plenty we could ship. If we wanted to help them out a little, we could run a rice train to Chifeng, run a rice train to XIL. I kind of hesitate to put rice on a warehouse here because I'm afraid of conflicts with the rice going the other way. Let me make sure that's working. This warehouse has rice coming to it. And this warehouse has rice going to Tianjin. So that is working, right? But we're not getting it fast enough. Is there more here? There's a ton here and we're not shipping it. So he's looking at that and saying, man, you got a lot of demand. You need to be getting it over there faster. But then the question is, can I get it? I got a warehouse to put it in. Rice. 1.2. 2. How much rice do they want? They want 4. So we need 6. So we would need a frequency of 9 on rice going into Peking. Yeah. Look at that. Even after that big gain, we had another big gain. So we're looking great. We're making $1 million a week, clearing $1 million a week. Got a lot of growth. We got 2 declines. I hate the declines. Got to at least make them neutral. That'd be easy. We can make it could be a 2-city cluster and not even bother the rest of them. I mean, or we could do 1, 2, 3 like this. Oh, that's all right. Let's do that. Let's make a 3. Let's see. Let's do let's use this line again. And let's go off our freight up here, right? So we got our freight coming in. So let's have our freight come down like this and go back up like this, and then also have it go I could go over here like this, I guess. Like this and this. All right. And let's put in a freight station in Datong. I keep flinching at the wrong moment, I guess. Okay, this will be the Datong Freight West. And it's going to run like this. It can parallel this track and then go over here. And then come back down here. And I'm going to put supplies right there in the middle. And we're going to go over here to Wuzhong and put in a station. A freight station here. WUZ Freight North, and put something here that it goes up here and grabs this freight line. Double track it like this. All right, how busy are you? Not very. Okay, good. And then we're going to do, we're going to put maintenance on each end. Then we're going to have trains. We're building like a second three-city cluster from the freight up to that, and it doesn't seem to work. How could that not work? Oh, maybe I'm missing. I bet I'm missing switches down here. Of course I am. Okay. And I'm going to put in a couple of extra supply towers here, here. Okay. So we're going to go freight. No. That's the wrong station. Freight to freight to freight to freight. There we go, with a freight station or freight trains. And 30 days, run some trains on that puppy. And we'll take it. Oh, packaged tea. Oh, that's something we need up here. Good. This is beautiful. Now we'll see what that first train. And I see some delays right here. I think what we're going to do with this one actually is have some track that goes like this, and then goes like this into here like that. Let this run for a moment and see if anybody uses it. They don't. So this line here, I'm going to modify it. So when you come out of Woo's, I want you to hit right here. I want you to hit that waypoint. And when you come out of Ulancob, I want you to hit that waypoint. Well, that was wrong. I left Woo's. I don't want you over here. I want you over there. Okay. You come out Ulancob. I want you over there. Why? To Datong. All right. Sorry, had another interruption, but I think we got that. So what we've done is give them their own track to run on, and that'll use these up here that aren't getting used that much. and that'll make all that faster up there, and that'll make this line run almost seamlessly compared to all the rest of the stuff going on. It shouldn't hurt our traffic at all. We should be looking pretty good. We're at 10 bicycles, and our one that we've got waiting, I think it's this one, is actually on its way with 6 bicycles. So let's just watch this, and when it delivers, we'll be done. There we go.
Selling like hot dumplings in Peking, and no wonder. I even got myself one. I'm a big fan of the bamboo frame. Whoever designed that is a genius. Of course, people riding them across town is free advertising too. It seems that our notoriety in Peking has increased. As a business partner, I think that out of all the interested parties, one of 2 rich families in the capital would be our best bet, namely House Long and House Sun. The former being a rich family of industrialists and financiers, the latter a family of wealthy philanthropists looking to improve the lives of the people. We just have to pick one and do something to attract their attention.
Okay, so let's see what we've got. Delivered bikes. All right, so now we can do the Shandong, get some tasks for the businessmen and make some cash. We can do Gansu, get some tasks for the philanthropists and be rewarded in research points. Okay. And I don't know if we can do both. Which are you? Gansu. I think that was the philanthropist app. We'll do that one.
If we want to impress House Sun, we should show them how our railways can impact the growth of this economically weaker region. More and more people come flocking to this region. It went from an underdeveloped rural area to a bustling industrial hotspot.
Okay, so 50,000 in Gansu, and they're at 44,000. They got these 2 cities right here. We just need to grow these 2 cities. That's it. Or even just one of them. We got meat here. We got a nice warehouse in Yulin. It's got a lot of cool stuff in it. We could piggyback. We really could. Similar to what we did here. Where are you at? You at 60? Yeah. Okay. Business opportunity here in Huang. They're stacking, but that's okay. That just means they can't load. They don't need to load. Here, we got Chifeng growing finally. That's beautiful. And are either of these? Neither of them are 30. I don't think 20. 21, 21. Okay. All right. Next episode, we're going to tackle that. Get them growing. I think that'll be as simple as going to Yulin, putting in a parallel warehouse station, running it out here, and running back and forth. I mean, we could even do it like that, like almost like this weird 3-city cluster with these 2 cities, and we'll get them growing very quickly, I think. And we can take a look at how much we're stuffing in there and all that good thing. And then over here we've got a business opportunity. We want to grab that. We got all kinds of cool stuff going on. Where are we time-wise? We're still in our 2nd year. And these are tasks that have to be done by 1905 in our midway through 1905. So I think we're okay. I think we're doing a decent job. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you saw something that'll help you become a better player. I hope you'll like, comment, share, and subscribe, and join us for our next Railway Empire 2 video. Thank you.